Good morning! I'm out light walking in Huntington, New York, and this is your Namaste today. Good morning and Namaste, and welcome to Namaste Today. My name is stepº Witecki. I call myself the Sensei to Serious Joy. I'm a psychic astrologer, kind of here to stand in my heart and walk in the light. And I am love casting live from Huntington, New York right now, out here meeting some spiritual colleagues. I have to say, I really love the East Coast personality, so blunt and honest and right there in your face. And I'm actually right now in a public park, kind of connecting to the children who keep walking by with huge curiosity. So, by the way, if the kids look right in the camera, I can't stop anymore. And we are about 5 days into Leo. And, you know, I had a lot of people reach out to me on Monday and Tuesday. It was a difficult breakdown. That's because we in Leo are trying to get back to our hearts. And if you've been watching my show, you know that Jupiter is in Leo for the first time in 12 years. And so in this particular Leo transit, this next 30 days will kind of determine whether or not people really revitalize and come back into their heart, or whether or not they spend another 12 years kind of searching for their heart. I mean, the universe can only work on so much at a time. So if you're watching my show, you know that I will be encouraging you to step in your heart. And if you had a really hard time the last 2 days, I want you to know I think that's the hardest it gets. Okay, so we got lots to talk about. For starters, today, step 6 rules the day. Today is a day to receive. Okay, so with Venus retrograde, we are all having to find new places to receive. The old wells have dried up. Maybe you used to go to a certain person for advice. Maybe you used to go to a certain store to get a certain, something that made you feel good. And you're going to find that these places that used to nurture or supply love are drying up. That's because the universe is getting us onto new sources. And today, Venus is ruling the day during a Venus retrograde, which means today is probably a day you might find a new source, something that makes you feel good, something that brings you into your heart. This could be meeting an important person. This could be an important contact for your business development. This could be just a day of epiphanies if you're an artist or a writer or creating. But today is the first day I think things will open up. So if it's been a really difficult transit for you so far in Leo, the good news is I think today is going to be better. All right. The bad news is it's not just going to happen or fall in your lap. You've got to do the light work to see where the new source of love is. And in today's reading, we'll give you some clues with my guides and the planets on just where that might be. All right. So without further ado, let's log into my higher self, or I'll log in myself, and take a look at the planets today. Okay, so right off the bat, I went inside and my guide said, talk about Venus. Well, Venus is retrograde at step 0, but what's interesting is that Jupiter is approaching Venus. So basically, as I started the show, where you receive love, where you receive attention, where you receive back rubs, where we receive, that's Venus. All this kind of source information is going to change, is what the guides say. Everyone is kind of being led to a new river. Everyone is being led to new loving sources. Now, in some cases, they're saying these are temporary sources. So if you find yourself falling in love with your gym teacher, don't, okay? You want to just allow yourself to receive from these new sources, because during the Venus retrograde, the universe is giving us gentle instruction on where there is other love and other possibilities. And today, the guides are saying today is the day that most people are going to find that. Open your mind, says the guides. The Mercury is at step 13, which means that a lot of the new opportunity or new resources for love, money, whatever it is you're looking to receive, will come from a different frame of mind. So you might find that you're in a different mindset when you discover the store. You might find that you're in a different kind of way of talking about yourself when you meet that hot chick or that hot guy, whatever it is you're into, right? But you're going to find that your mind is somewhere else than it normally is. And that's what the guides are saying, is to be mindful of where you're getting new offers to receive, and to be mindful of where your mind is at that time. According to step 13, it has to do with the new philosophy. So a lot of the hardship that people have been dealing with the last few days have been because they've been under a certain philosophy. All right. And that's what Saturn and Sagittarius is. It's going to change our philosophies. But before we change our philosophy, we got to change what we're opening up to in the first place. And that's why Saturn is currently in Scorpio. So what this is all adding up to is by opening your mind to new thinking and by opening yourself up to new sources, you're going to find you're under a new philosophy of thinking when you receive. For instance, I used to be of the philosophy that nice guys finish last. Okay, and it wasn't that I wanted to believe that. It's just it seemed to always be the case that I always got last. I always, got mine last. People noticed me last, and I always wanted to be a nice guy. But I've been noticing that people don't even know I'm a nice guy, and I'm getting served first now. Totally different philosophy, different rule of thumb. So you too will find that you might have believed a certain philosophy or a certain way that, tall girls don't meet cute guys. I mean, whatever your, philosophy or rule is. And you're going to find that today by opening your mind up, by opening up to something different or something foreign that you may receive from a new source, like, oh my gosh, I got all that wonderful attention, or that person listened to me, or I was heard from the business, or I was heard from the doctor, or I was received. You may find that it's completely against your old rules, or it's completely against your old philosophy. So the guides are saying, open up, try new things, allow yourself to do that daring, foreign, strange kind of flavor today, and see what opens. Don't worry, you can always turn around tomorrow and do something different. Now they're pointing to the moon. The moon. So the moon is crossing over Pluto today, and that's probably what they're saying, and that's the death. So the moon crossing Pluto means we're letting go of emotional attachments to things that no longer serve us. Now what I'm picking up on is this is probably the emotional attachment to the old way. So as you're opening up to a new way, like, oh my gosh, I never knew I could hang out in a public park, and enjoy this during the day. Or I never knew that I would really enjoy the news on this channel. Or I never knew that she would be so interesting. I mean, again, we find ourselves in this new place. But finding ourselves in the new place also puts in the position of letting go of the old. So the guides are saying that today you're going to have to emotionally detach from getting things the old way, like just let go of, Chris, you're not going to find the way it is in California, or you're not going to find it that way. So you have to let go of that attachment in order to open up to the new possibilities. And they're saying that at the moment of the new possibility, be sure to let go of the old. So today might be an emotional day, but not in a high drama way, just in a processing, letting it go, letting it flow sort of way. Now they're pointing me towards Neptune. Neptune is at step 9. I see what they're saying. So, and what this means is you want to move forward step 9 with what your intuition is telling you. And particularly what I think I'm getting from this is going ahead and pardoning and forgiving yourself. A lot of people, when we do a heart transit, which is the sun in Leo, our hearts get hung up on things. Oh, I let her down. I hurt him. I did this. Our heart gets hung up on these heavy things. And a lot of times we let our heart and we let ourselves get distracted in those old things, and that is us being attached to the old things as well. So what they're saying is you want to act on that self-forgiveness. You want to go ahead and move forward with letting yourself off the hook, letting yourself go ahead and end the self-punishment, because punishment or holding yourself up at all is only going to be detrimental at this stage. So forgive and forget. Act on compassion, and they're definitely saying right now to act on self-compassion today. So if you can make it easier on yourself, if you can make it easier on someone else, you're going to take both of the parties much further. Now they're pointing to the North Node. Where's the North Node? 2 degrees. Okay, and we'll end there. The North Node is at 2 degrees in Libra today, and so that means that we all must be really super mindful of our own relationship to our own feelings. So 2 degrees Libra means mindful of our own me-religion, or me-ridge, and the way we emotionally relate to ourselves. So today, the best thing to do is to check on the baby at least 3 times. That's what I always say with my clients. Checking on the baby is, how do I feel? How do I want to feel next? A lot of times we get caught up in helping other people, being there for other people, emotionally being present for everyone else. The guides are saying, do that for yourself. So before you go into work today, check in on yourself, see how you're feeling, see if there's anything you can do for yourself. Then at lunchtime again, check on yourself, see how you're feeling, see if you can do anything for yourself. Then tonight, check on yourself, see how you're feeling, see if you can do anything for yourself. This emotional maintenance, now they're pointing to Mars. Mars is Okay, yeah. So, yeah, Mars is at 23 degrees. This emotional maintenance is super important to keep moving forward with your heart's desires and to keep moving forward with evolving yourself out of whatever heartfelt or bad situation you might have felt before. Okay, so we have a couple of kids who are jumping into my show now, so I'm going to go ahead and let it go. You guys have a good day. I will see you in 24 hours with more. And I will probably not record in a park again just because it's been a little difficult to avoid the fanfare. See you tomorrow for Thursday. Until then, remember, I love you and live, love, be.
So